Today we're going to talk about Facebook's, strictly Facebook, mostly entry level stuff, nothing that's too technical. And so the first thing that we're going to talk about is your personal Facebook page and kind of like goals that we want to have with a personal Facebook page and kind of as well as like how it relates to that you're a real estate agent and what your Facebook page means now that you're a real estate agent or if you've been a real estate agent for a while and things that we might need to clean up if we're going to start using Facebook as a marketing tool for your business. So, I mean, the first thing that we want to talk about on your personal Facebook page, and we're not going to reference my personal Facebook page in terms of real estate because that's not what I do. But we are going to use my profile to like go through some steps on how to set things up from scratch. So an important thing to remember right off the bat is most of you should already have a Facebook page, a personal Facebook page, and not a business page. And on that page, we have to remember that you're kind of like a public figure now, and anyone can search you. Even if your thing is, even if your profile is private, I can still find you. So you need to be aware of that. If you're running two different Facebook pages right now, thinking one is for business and one is for personal, that's a mistake. You need to stop doing that and just have one. But what you can do is we can create lists, which I will show you how to do. So you can keep in touch with two different things, like people that are your clients and then also like family and friends if you want to do that as well. So number one on here is we're going to talk about cleaning up your timeline. Because anyone can go back and see like things that people have posted on your timeline or stuff that you have posted and that you might not think is like a very business related thing, and anyone can see that. So we want to make sure that all of that's cleaned up. So what you do is you go down and you see like here my roommate, he wrote something about some pineapple shoes, which is funny. So you're gonna click on this down arrow and just hit delete, and you want to delete this post, and you want to do this all through your stuff until you feel like this is something that you'd be okay with anyone seeing. Okay, so that's like a future client or past clients, and then I mean obviously family and friends stuff. You're gonna post whatever you want, but that's the kind of thing that we need to clean up from your personal page. Anything that's objectionable. Yeah. No, they will not know. Someone just asked if the person will know if you deleted it, if you deleted off your timeline, and no, they won't know. So, okay, so that's the first thing. Another thing that we want to talk about is inviting friends. So currently, you see my friends number is really low, and that's because I'm not marketing to any future clients or past clients like a real estate agent will most likely be doing on Facebook or should be doing. So a big thing that we want to do here is try to get this friends number up. And the great thing about Facebook is it gives us a lot of suggestions as to who we might have like in common with other people to add. So in here, you're going to see all your current friends and recently added. And right here, there's a thing called Find Friends. And that's under the Friends tab right here. So on Find Friends, you're going to click Find Friends. And it says people that you may know. I have a friend right here, or a guy right here who I have 11 friends in common with. So I actually do know him. We just haven't become friends on Facebook, but I would just hit add friend. But the important thing why we want to build this list of friends that even if it's not someone that we might directly know or not, is that we want this number right here to be higher. And we're talking in maybe like a couple thousands. And that's when you're really going to start being more careful with like the kinds of things you post, because at that point it's not even going to be like your friends or acquaintances anymore. It's just going to be like people you may or may not probably know. That's like in your circles. And the reason that we want this number to be high is we're going to be inviting people to like the business page and things that we're going to be posting, etc. So the more people that see that, the better. So a third thing that we want to talk about is creating lists, and that is going to be you click on your name here. Actually, you click on home here. I apologize. and that's going to take you to your news feed. That's what like anything that any of your friends have posted is your news feed. And you're going to go to the left-hand side over here, and we're going to go to Friends. Click. And in Friends, we have a thing called Create List. So this is where I can create different lists. So I have like my Makeover Social list, which is like friends that like my social media page that's strictly about social media business, people that live in the Venice area or the Santa Monica area, acquaintances. I have family, strictly family. And what these do is they create lists of people and then as well as a news feed from those lists of people. So this isn't something that I'm utilizing currently, but if you were going to create a list of your current clients, what you would do is you would add their name and then into here, and then you would create that list, and it would create a list of people of people's news feeds of people in that list. So these are like possible clients or past clients or current clients, right? And this is going to be anything that they're posting. And the reason that we want to create lists for clients is that we want to stay in touch and build relationships with them. So when you log into your Facebook, hopefully at this point it's at least once a day because it's either on your phone or when you get home or whatever. But you're going to want to go in and like people's pictures, maybe comment on people's stuff, and like build a relationship with potential clients, right, or past clients, and just to like be staying on the forefront of their mind and continue to build that relationship. So we've gone through cleaning up the timeline. We've gone through creating lists. We've gone through adding friends. Let's talk about our About Me a little bit and what kind of information that we're going to put on there. So on the top left-hand corner, you're going to see your name and then edit profile underneath. So you go to edit profile. And in here, we can add a lot of information about ourselves, which helps people find us if they're searching up here or if they just want to get in touch with us because they're a friend with us already on Facebook. So we have, let's go to the overview real quick. This is just kind of an overview of mine. I have cell phone, birthday, where I work, where I went to school, etc. So work and education, let's add a workplace. Let's just say I work for REMAX, and my position is social media liaison, Santa Clarita, California, social media manager. And I currently work here. Save changes. Okay. So then I'll add that in there right here. And then I have the company, which I already added. And then skills, you can just add like lists of skills if you'd like, colleges you've gone to, high school, and then places you've lived, contact and basic info. And family and relationships as well, details about you, and life events. So most of this is pretty self-explanatory. You just press the plus sign and then you add the information about you. Important is editing contact info because you're a real estate agent, so we want to add, obviously we want to add mobile phone, maybe add business line, and then possibly for the address I would definitely put just which office address you're at and a website to your personal, a link to your business website. Okay. I would. Just like I said, to clean up the timeline so that it's stuff that's not objectionable, right? So same thing with when you go to the about, it should be like more business. But you're probably gonna have your cell phone as anyways, right? Is that what you use for work calls? You still have your cell phone.
Yeah, I have that.
So that's.
My phone has like stuff behind
I mean, that's okay. I think that it's good to you want to have, yeah, you want like people to kind of know who you are and seem trustworthy, right? So you want to have like information like about you in there. Absolutely. You just don't want anything like crazy in there. Yeah. So right. Yeah, I'm recording it now. So all right, so this is that was just a personal Facebook intro. So our big thing is we want to get our friends number up a little bit higher. We want to create lists for clients and then create lists for family. So we have two separate things there that we can always check. We just go into lists and we can look at like what's up with my family recently and friends, and then what's up with my clients. And then you can kind of like spread your time evenly between the both of those. Another thing is just remembering that you're a public figure, and then making sure that your profile picture, is acceptable for that, as well as your timeline, and then the about me, making sure that all of that's updated. So now let's move on to Facebook more in terms of marketing for real estate. And we're going to talk about creating a business page and how to utilize a business page correctly. We're going to talk about where to find content, where I find content. I do a lot of social media for real estate, so I'm going to show you like where are the best places to like get content to post for that. How to format a post correctly, which includes like shortening links, having a link to your website, which is going to like build the SEO for your website naturally, and then how many hashtags to post strictly for Facebook, because when we talk about other social media platforms, we're going to be doing different types of hashtags, different numbers of hashtags on those.
So we want to do a business page.
Yeah, I just had a question, which is, do we want a business page as well as a personal page? And the answer is absolutely. Yeah. So let's go ahead and create a new page. We're going to do this from scratch. So I'm going to go into create a page over here from this drop down. And I'm going to go ahead and do a local business or place. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do company. And we're going to do let's do small business. Company name. Kenny Bost Real Estate. Get started. Oh, we can't have a barn. So tell people what your page is about. Let's go ahead and just say started in whatever 1999. So in here we would probably want to talk about like the year that you started, what you do, like kind of like a line about what your goal is or your like mission statement, and then you also want to talk about like I have serviced which area, right? So the Clarita Valley for over 10 years. So this should be maybe 4 or 5 sentences, like a short paragraph, and then we're going to talk about the website. This is going to be your website, so it's probably something like homesofvalencia.com or homesvalencia.com or something like that, or your name.com. And then we're going to do, this is what's going to be on the tail end of the URL after Facebook. So we'd like this to be the same if you can get it, if it's not already taken. So Makeover Social is already taken because I already have a page, but we'll just do. So this link right here should be in your email signature always. So if your link to your Facebook business page is not in your email signature, you need to do that. You need to add that to there. Just like your phone number's on there, your fax number's on there, and your address is most likely on there, or the office address is on there. This is going to be that URL, right? URL. If you go up to here later and try to copy a URL from your business page, sometimes it'll have a long string of messy numbers after it, and you just want to have this nice clean link right here with this part. So save info. And we are going to upload a profile picture. So let's upload from computer, go into Dropbox, let's go into here, and then we're going to go to, let's see, a little icon, add that, click next. Sure, why not? Next, preferred page audience. So locations, Santa Clarita, California. So that's Santa Clarita, California, and then 25 miles in the surrounding area. If we want to add other areas, we can. Whatever, doesn't matter where, but we can add other areas. Age, obviously, I was reading this thing recently about real estate Facebook, and they're like, well, obviously you want to start with 18 because they can legally sign a contract at 18, which was funny. But I would say something more like at least 25 and older. Sounds more reasonable. And then we're going to do gender, obviously all, interests, and then if you want to get into interests here, you can get down to real estate, or you can do investing, anything like that. But we're going to leave it blank for now. So hit save. And now we have this business page created, so we need to get a banner up in the back immediately, which is this area. Wait, hold on. Skip. Right here, we want to add this area. So up here in the left-hand corner, we have add cover. Hit add cover. Upload a photo. I'm just going to go ahead and grab this image right here. Open. Get that in there. And we'll cover. For some reason, this didn't upload. So let's get, why don't we do this person? Little face. Okay. And then we're going to hit save changes. And let this reload. So this ... here, click it. You can invite friends from your personal page. This kind of brings us back to why we want to have, a high number of friends on that personal page as well, and then be creating lists. So you're going to hit invite friends here, and it's just going to basically bring up, I can choose by area. Let's say I want to choose where they live, or like anything like that. So we have all this here. You can just hit invite. Just go down this list and hit invite. I believe you will hit like a capacity for the day. You can't invite like 1,000 people in a day, but I think it's like somewhere around 50 or 60, and you can just keep hitting invite until that's done. And then we're going to talk about adding some apps onto this page as well. So a big thing with social media is like everything is going to be pushing to each other. So YouTube is going to have links in the summary on the bottom. That's going to be pushing to your Facebook and your Twitter. In Twitter, when you're posting a tweet, or when you're tweeting, let's say, in there at the end, you're probably going to have a link that goes to your website. Or obviously in your profile, you're going to have a link that goes to your website on all of these. On Pinterest, we can also push back to another social platform like Facebook or Twitter. So everything's kind of pushing to each other. So in Facebook, because this is kind of like the home base for everything, let's say, we're going to have some apps on here that you can actually see the feed from all your other social media platforms or profiles. Okay, so I made a list that I'm going to paste into the chat right now. Here. And there's a few different links here. We're going to go ahead and start with the second one down, which is Instagram. And I'm going to plug this link into the URL. And it will take us to an Instagram feed. So an Instagram feed for your fan page. Let's just say I want to choose Kenny Boss Real Estate, because that's what we're working on, right? And I want to add an Instagram feed tab. So we're going to get to all the other social platforms later. So if you don't have an Instagram yet, don't worry. We're going to be going over all that later. And then authorize. And I sent you a link in the chat on the right hand side. Click on that link. It will take you right into what I just did. Yeah, no worries. This is only on a business page. You can have apps. Yeah. So I just had a question if this can be done on a personal page or business page, and it's just on the business page. So now here on the left-hand side, we're going to see apps and Instagram feed. If you click this, it's going to take you to the Instagram we hooked up and all the pictures within that. So now let's go to our next link in the for apps that I just put in the Google Plus chat. The next one down is going to be Twitter. We're going to go ahead and copy that and put it into the URL as well. So now we have Twitter for page, install, and go to settings for Facebook pages. I choose the one I just made, which is Kenny Boss Real Estate, add page tab, and then I have a Twitter right here. Go ahead and just allow everything. And now we're just going to add in whatever your Twitter name is, right? So mine's Kenny Boss, save settings, and it will create a Twitter feed in your Facebook. So there's my Twitter. So now we go back to, let's just go back to the Kenny Boss Real Estate page, Kenny Boss Real Estate. And we have an Instagram feed and a Twitter feed now. Now our next thing is going to be, we have YouTube, Pinterest, and Google Plus left. So we're just going to go ahead and do them all because I don't want anyone to run into any hiccups along the way. So we're just going to go ahead and do each one. Grab this, go into here, go to the link. But you have to continue as your personal profile when you're installing apps, but it's installing it to your business page. So hit install application. You choose which page again. We're going to do Kenny Boss Real Estate again. Add tab. Wait for it. Okay. Now we have a YouTube page. So that's hooked up now as well. If you go into application settings, you choose right here on the top. It says application settings. You're going to click application settings. You're going to go to whatever your username is on YouTube. So that's like youtube.com/ whatever your channel name is. So like let's say it was Kenny Boss, which is not true, but whatever your name is. And then you hit save settings. It will just have whatever videos you've uploaded to your channel. And then we go back to timeline, and we now have Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube hooked up on our business page. Next thing is going to be Pinterest. Copy this link. Okay, go back to here. Just paste it into the URL again. Hit enter. Pinterest page app on Facebook. You choose the page again, which is that, same as last 4 times. Hit page tab. Configure page tab. This one is a little different. So we go down to pinterest.com / whatever our username is. So it's most likely either your name or your name plus real estate or whatever the title of your Pinterest page is. We're going to go, you can either show pins, show all pin boards, or show pins from a certain board. So if you just have like a Pinterest board that's like your current listings, you can just have it be that if you want. If you want it to be, stuff, a Pinterest board that's called, stuff that I like or my hobbies, you can have that on there as well if you'd like, to give it kind of more of a personal feel. You go ahead and hit show Facebook like and send buttons on the pins. Absolutely. We're going to go ahead and leave it on show all pin boards. Hit save settings. Go back into here, hit refresh. Okay. Hold on. So now on the left hand side here, it always only shows 3 apps. So, but on the top here, if you click, you'll see the rest of it. We have Pinterest, YouTube, Twitter, and what our last one is going to be is going to be Google Plus. So we grab that Google Plus link that I sent in the chat, go back into here, paste it, enter, and oops. Let me just make sure that's the right link. It was the right link. I just had a hiccup on my end. Okay, so we paste that and hit enter. And then we have a Google Plus tab for pages. You just add Google Plus to your page. You're going to enter which page it is, the same as we did for the last ones. Add page tab. And then you have that in there as well. So let's go back to the business page and let's talk a little bit about how often we're supposed to post on a business page. So here's the deal with a business page. Facebook has changed their algorithm many times in the past, and what that means is basically how each of your posts show up to your fans, or how often it shows up to your fans, what types of posts show up to your fans. So where we're at right now is, let's say we have about 1,000 people that like our business page. Well, only about maybe 10% of them are going to see everything we post. It will be a random 10%. But unless you're paying to either boost posts or run ads, not all the people that you have like gone out and earned as fans are going to see everything that you post. So posting 2 or 3 times a day is not bad anymore. A long time ago, that would have been an issue because you would have just been littering people's news feeds with stuff from your business page. But now that it's only about 10% of the people that are following your page see it, you can post far more often if you'd like to. But on the downside, that's going to be taking us a lot of time. So this is just my personal opinion, and this can be different for each of you, but I think that it's good to post at least once a day or every other day, just so that your business page is consistently being updated. Now, you might be utilizing other social platforms more than Facebook in the future, so just having Facebook, having a good solid post to Facebook maybe once every other day, it is a pretty good way to go, or at least to start with if you're not posting regularly at this point. So we're going to go into where to find content next. I'm going to go ahead and be sending out an email that's going to have a link to a bunch of different sites in which we can find content. And content can, for your business page, can include a lot of different things. Obviously, we can include listings, but you're going to post a listing on probably your personal page and your business page, just FYI. That way that more people can see it, right? Because on your personal page, everyone's going to see, 100% of the people that follow you are going to see what you post. On your business page, like I said, only about 10% of the people are going to see what you post. So it's good to post on both if it's something that you think is quality content. So like a listing that people might be interested in, that's quality content, right? Other things are, what I do is I create a little bookmark in my browser up here, and I just call it news sources. And I just have all sorts of pages about real estate related content. And later in some classes, I'm going to be teaching you about apps that can pull content for you. So what you do is you just plug in, I want news stories about real estate, or I want news stories about gardening, or I want news stories about home design, or I want news stories about interior design, right? Because that's all great content for a real estate agent. And some of those apps are like right here, I have this thing called Feedly. We're going to be talking about that later. What that does is it pulls news stories for you based on a topic of that you tell it to look up. So for real estate, it would be like any of those topics I just mentioned. And it will automatically pull stuff for you. You can just star different stories that you like and then automatically post those stories. Okay? So just as an example, let's go into, let's see, what's a good one today? Let's say I just want to go to like Bob Vila's home improvement. Okay. You guys can still see what I'm doing, right? On there? Is the screen moving? Okay, good. Just want to make sure. Hold on for this internet. Okay, let's see. Allergy-proof your home in 7 steps. Okay, we'll use this as like an example for a post. Why? Because it's related to home. It's related to, thus it's related to a real estate business page. We can post content like this, absolutely. And it will get traction because people are interested in finding out, little tidbits and things like this. So we're going to talk about how to format a post based on this story right here. And then the main points to formatting a post correctly are the title. So we copy this title, go over to here, paste the title. Then we do either a bar or a colon or a dash, and we're going to go ahead and do a link right here that goes to the story. We're going to put that into here. But the problem is we don't want this big long messy link in like a in a post. We want to clean that up a little bit. So here's a little insider tool for you. There's a site called Bitly. I just wrote it in the URL, and then I will also write it in the chat real quick. This should be your go-to for shortening links. And you can utilize shortening links for all sorts of different things. Let's say you're writing an email and you don't want a big, long, messy URL when you're like emailing a client. You can shorten a link and then use that in there. Or let's say like in your email signature, you don't want like a really long URL, but you do want something in there. You can just use this link shortener and it will shorten it for you. So check this out, how this works. Right here in the top URL, we have this real long, messy link. We're going to go ahead and copy this link. We're going to go over to Bitly, and right up here it says paste a link to shorten it. Paste it, hit shorten, and then we get this nice short little link that will also go to, if you go ahead and paste it back up in the URL, it will automatically go to the same thing. Okay? So let's go ahead and remove this long messy link. Paste a shortened link, and it will still be the same link as the long one. So let's jump down a little bit and add in a couple extra things that we want to add to not every post, but pretty consistently, because you don't want every post to seem like really, let's call it quote unquote markety. You don't want it to seem like very always like you're advertising all the time. Sometimes you just want to like be posting nice content for people that are following your business page. So what you want to do is you want to add a link to your site. Maybe depending on which post you're going to be posting, like definitely if you're posting a listing, you want your website in there, right? You always want to be pushing people back to your website. And this is also going to help with building some SEO for your site as well. So let's just do makeoversocial.com, which is my site. We're going to jump down, and then we're going to talk a little bit about hashtags. So what is a hashtag? A hashtag is basically a word or a phrase that leads you to a conversation about that word or phrase. So let's go to Facebook over here. And let me just explain to you how hashtags work. So we go into the top right here, and we're going to just search hashtag, which is the $, Santa Clarita. Hit enter, and go to basically now what we've done is anyone that's posted a story, anyone that's posted anything on Facebook, and then they've said hashtag Santa Clarita after it, we are going to see whatever they've posted. So now what we have here is basically a news feed that's like a conversation about Santa Clarita. And anyone that punches in hashtag Santa Clarita up here is going to see anything that's posted in here. So why do we want to put a hashtag Santa Clarita in this post? It's because now this post is searchable and it's going to show up on this list. If we didn't have it, it wouldn't show up on this list, and anyone that just searches Santa Clarita, they're not going to see your post. And we would like to be getting your post out there to as many places as we can as possible. So that's what that hashtag is going to do. So let's talk about a couple other hashtags that are particularly of interest for the Santa Clarita Valley. SUV. It's going to be another one. Now, I know this because I've done research on it, and this one's kind of not hard to figure out that SCV is going to be a hashtag, right? So there's going to be all sorts of posts in here with hashtag SCV. So we go back to our original post, hit hashtag SCV, and now it has this blue highlighted area because basically that's going to be a link. When we post this, people can click on that hashtag, and it's going to take them over to this page that has a list of everything about that hashtag. See how on here we've got hashtags. These would normally be highlighted blue, just like they were right here, but now that it's been posted, they've just become links. Okay, so let's go. We have a shortened link. We have the website, a couple hashtags. Go ahead and add a couple more. SCV Life. This is from The Signal, does SCV Life. We can do Valencia, and we can do interior design if we really want to do something that's kind of broader. Even though this isn't going to bring a lot of people in from this area, it might get you some engagement from people that are interested in the subject matter. But we're doing, yeah, that's fine. Interior design is not going to work for allergies, though. So let's just do home is fine. So I kind of try to stick around 5, 6 tops in terms of hashtags on a post on Facebook. Really, preferably, if you can keep it down to like 2 or 3, that'd be nice. But, I mean, I say the more that we can get it out there, the better. So the more hashtags that you put on here, the better. You just don't want to have like this long list of like 15 or 30 hashtags because it just looks like a mess. So let's add a couple more, and then we're going to go ahead and hit. You always want to post a photo on Facebook with every post you do. Even if it gives you this little preview right here, ignore the preview. Get rid of it. Get rid of this section, and then add in a picture. So we go back to the story, and I just grab whatever picture they're using for the main story. Maybe not the scroll below your nose, but okay, that was a little bit better. Save image as, and then we just hit vacuum. We're going to go ahead and save it to the desktop. Save. Then I go back into Facebook. I hit photo or video right here. This is every time you post something. I go to vacuum, open. It adds in the picture. Now the bigger the picture, the better, because we want it to like fill. We want it to fill this section if we can, because sometimes it'll cut them off in half. We'll have like kind of a messy post because it'll be like half a picture over here and then a big white area. So we'll see how this posts. You can always remove it and repost if you need to, but it came out okay. So now we have allergy-proof your home in 7 steps. You can even put right here if you want to, like read or view more or view full story or check out the story, or you can put this in quotes, and then you can write a little blurb after, which will get you probably some more readers. Like if we grab this and put it up here, and we did a quote around allergy-proof your home in 7 easy steps, and then after it we put like our opinion on it, like great story about how to keep you from sneezing, right? Something like that, and then you have the link, and then you have the website with the hashtags at the bottom. Even better if you want to spend the time doing that. So, okay. let's see what we have next. Shortening the link, how many hashtags used, we've got that done. How often do we post? Did you know that there are best times to post on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, etc., etc.? That means like the most time that you're gonna be in front of the most people at certain points in the day. So some of those times are lunchtime, right? Because people are like out on lunch, not working, and they're on their phone and they see Facebook and they may see your post. Another time is right after people get off work, 5, 6 o'clock. But I actually have, I believe, on my website, a an info. Let's see, basically a post that kind of like goes over best times to post. On here we have a bunch of hashtags actually for different days, right? Like different hashtags that are for different like days of the week, which is kind of cool. Like Wine Wednesdays, or we have Woof Wednesday, which is obviously going to be about dogs, right? Or Music Monday, or MCM, which is popular for girls out there. We have Tuesday Booze Day, etc., etc. So there's different things for like different days on social media. And you scroll down a little bit further, we have best times to post on social media. So these are the best times to post for each, as well as like a long, more detailed description of each of those. Right here we have Facebook. Weekdays, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., so early, or 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is based off some research that a big social media company did based on a bunch of different profiles across the country. So, or it could have been across the globe, but I believe it was across the country. And this is the information that they came up with. We can also talk about blogging on Twitter. Turns out the best time to tweet is from 1 to 3 p.m. On Google Plus, it's from 9 to 11 a.m. On LinkedIn, it is from 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and 5 to 6 p.m. And then on Pinterest, Saturday from 2 to 4 and 8 to 11 p.m. And obviously, as I said before, a little more detailed down here. All right, let's talk about a couple other things real quick before I let you guys go. About Facebook, your business page for Facebook. And basically, here's how you want to promote your Facebook page to people. So number one, on your website, you're going to want to have on your website either a code embedded into the site, which you can have your IT guy do for you. And I've put a link into the chat as well, right on top of where I put all the apps. Is a page like for websites. So I'm going to copy that link and we're going to go back over and we'll take a look at that real quick. So copy and go back to our page here. So this is a plugin for your Facebook page. It'll show up like this on your website. It'll have a little background image from your Facebook page. It'll tell how many likes there are. It'll have a like page button, which is fantastic, and share if they want to share like your page on their timeline. It would be basically a post about your page. And down here, it's going to start getting super technical. So this is all just for you to send to like an IT guy if you have one, or get in touch with someone who does websites, and they can just go ahead and add that on there. You just put the URL in, how big you want this image to be, and you paste the code in there, which looks like this. But you guys just go ahead and send that to an IT guy, and they can handle that for you. That's number one. Number two is going to be blogs. If anyone in here is writing a blog, and that can be about all sorts of subject matter. If you just Google blog for real estate, you can come up with all sorts of ideas to start a blog on, and you can push people from that blog back to your Facebook page. Then we also have in your email signatures, which we mentioned earlier, you can have a link that goes to your Facebook page, and you can have something that just says like, you know, thanks for supporting my business, and then like a link to Facebook or something, like my page, link to Facebook, something like that. The great thing about getting someone to like your Facebook page or just asking them is that there's a low threshold to like a page. There's no obligation. They feel anonymous, although they are not anonymous when they like your page. They don't have to like input an email. They don't have to give you a phone number. It's nothing like that. It's all they have to do is press a button. So it's not really that big of a deal to ask someone to like a business page. So that's great. Another spot that you can promote your page is going to be your business cards. You can just have facebook.com / whatever your business page is on your business cards would be a great idea. Mail campaigns. If you're already doing mail campaigns, there should be a link to your business page as well in there. And then something that we're going to go over in some later classes is how to boost posts, which is going to be right here. Boost post on basically everything on your business page, because Facebook is trying to make some money off you. So there's boost post right there. And what that's going to do is it's going to show this post to more than 10% of the people. Remember I said that 10% of the people that like your page approximately or less are going to see everything you post. Well, if you boost the post, you can up that number. And if we want to create ads, we can lead people either back to this business page to have them like the page, or we can lead them to your website, which would be even more beneficial. So that's going to be that. I just want to double check on the last minute things that we have to go over. In the chat right now, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to go ahead and ask anything now if you have any questions. Craig said, can you show slowly how to add and edit apps to the business page, such as your YouTube channel? Sure. Let's go over it a little bit slower. So we're in the business page. We go to any of the links that I just sent in the chat, right? In the chat here we have quite a few different links. Go down to the one that says Twitter. Copy that link. I'll go ahead and send all those links out in an email as well, just for you guys. But we're just going to go ahead and go up to the URL, paste that URL. As long as you're logged into your Facebook, paste that URL into any of the any tabs open. Okay. Oh, this is Twitter. Let me go back into grab the YouTube one. See YouTube. Copy. Okay. That may have been where it got a little bit confusing. It's just that I was just grabbing those links and then plugging them in. I wasn't clicking on anything to get to this page or anything like that. I was strictly grabbing that link that I gave you guys and plugging it in here. I'm just trying to make it as easy for you as possible. You don't have to go in here and search YouTube tab or anything like that. You just enter this link right here. apps.facebook.com /YouTube-app. Install application. Takes you straight to here. It asks you which Facebook page you want to choose. I already have it installed on my other one, so I'll just go ahead and choose this one. Choose the Facebook page. Hit Add Page tab. Installation in progress. Give it a couple seconds. I believe this is the only app that has you wait a couple seconds. And then now we have the YouTube tab, the YouTube app right here. It will also be on the main page. And if you scroll down to application settings, it's right the first thing here, application settings. This is where you input what the name of your YouTube channel is. And then the rest of this will, you hit save settings, and then the rest of this will be your YouTube channel from there on out. Okay. Let's see. Yes, this session is recorded for viewing later. Absolutely. So if I was moving a little too fast for you guys, you can go ahead and go back and view this again later. And we're going to go into more detail on future classes about a lot of other things about social media. I believe our next class is going to be about Twitter, so we're going to go into that. We will be following up back with Facebook shortly to talk about some more advanced things like scheduling posts so that you don't have to go and find news stories every day and then post something every day. We're going to talk about how to run ads to get people into the either your Facebook page or to get back to your website. So I'm going to leave this open for just another couple minutes if anyone has any questions, but that's going to be it for today. Uh, yeah, fantastic. I really appreciate you guys all coming and joining me in this Google Hangout. Even though we had some hiccups in the beginning, hopefully in the next class we can, hopefully for the next class we can have things a little bit more streamlined. So, all right, guys.